So, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. I I am hoping that you all are doing extremely well at your places. I am Rashika Mithani, pursuing my third year in Bachelor's of Journalism and Mass Communication in United College of Education, which is affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Today, we have a special guest with us. Firstly, I would like to verbalize a brief description of our guest of honor. Mr. Parikshit Luthra is an assistant editor at CNBC TV 18, a position he took up in the summer of 2018. He has over 13 years of experience in the TV industry and has worked with channels like CNN News 18 and Republic TV. Parikshit sir started his career as a crime reporter and then he went to cover over politics, international affairs, and business news. At CNBC TV 18, he is responsible for leading the channel's coverage on the automobile sector, foreign policy, and trade. He is also foreign policy show called as Global Eye. In this 13-year career, he has covered stories like Arushi Hemraj murder case, Sunanda Pushkar death, terror attack in India, state and general elections, and US elections as well. I welcome you, sir, for this webinar. Now, I would like to welcome our CEO, ma'am, director, sir, and the faculties of BAJMC. The topic for our today's webinar discussion is New Face in Journalism and Delivering News with a Higher Premiere on Content Credibility. Now, I would like to ask Parikshit sir for sharing his viewpoint on today's topic.
Thank you, Rashika, for that lovely introduction. And it's very nice to meet all you students there from United Group of Institutions, all of you very young students, some very bright questions that I heard from some of our guests a short while back. So I really look forward to this discussion. I'd just like to tell you a bit about CNBC TV 18, the channel that I come from. So CNBC TV 18 is a business news channel. It is a financial news channel. It is a part of the larger Network 18 media conglomerate. So you may be aware there is a Today Group conglomerate. You've got NDTV. You've got several big newspapers like Times Group. So there are several media conglomerates in India. Network 18 is one of the largest. We have 700 million TV viewers in total, 100 million digital viewers, 20 TV channels, 2 publications, including Overdrive at the Forbes magazine. We have 6 websites, regional presence, 16. How has COVID-19 changed things for journalism, journalists? It's actually changed quite a bit, and a lot of these changes are going to be there for years to come. Some of the models will definitely change as a result of the pandemic. Just to give you some statistics, according to a recent survey, news consumption through papers and TV increased 76% during the lockdown. TV viewership was 43% higher than pre-COVID days. 59% of the respondents were concerned about their personal health as well. Now, as we open up, as people start going back to offices, as things normalize, some of this will taper down, it will normalize, but those trends will definitely be there. Greater viewership on digital, greater viewership on news applications, websites as well. All of that is going to increase. We are also seeing this in terms of revenue patterns as well. As you see, TV, newspapers, just to also tell you, there are about 151 news channels in India currently, as of today. Over 1 lakh registered newspapers and periodicals as well. So for major companies, more than 50% of the ad revenue goes to newspapers, especially regional newspapers. Then the number 2 position in that list would be for TV channels, and third would be for digital mediums. Outlets which have just a news application or a website for that matter. All of this is changing very fast. I was just speaking before coming to this lecture. I was speaking to one of my friends in the marketing department of one of India's biggest automobile companies, and they said that their ad revenue spends on digital news media are increasing exponentially because the reach of digital media, Twitter, Facebook, news applications, websites is very, very vast, and it stays in the realm for a very, very long time. So as somebody asked me what kind of jobs would be available, when would we see hirings in the sector, I would say that one has to be very open to the idea, because the market is going to be open with all kinds of jobs, be it television, be it newspapers, or digital mediums as well, because the consumer is actually consuming a lot of news digitally on the go. There will be people who will watch lesser and lesser of television in the years to come as well. Uh, Now, what would be some of the constants? Like I said, greater consumption on digital, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, Instagram. We're seeing journalists use all kinds of platforms to somehow amplify their news points on Twitter. You've seen how Barkha Dutt, one of the best journalists in India, one of the veterans, one of the senior most journalists, is utilizing a mobile journalism platform. She's embraced digital very well, and through the pandemic, you've seen some brilliant reports by Barkha Dutt, and she really is the gold standard for us in one sense. Also, remember, regional news will be very important going forward, uh, especially because this is a sector that is growing. So a lot of you might be coming from different states, different cities as well. So you must realize that the regional medium is going to be very, very relevant. Even companies are going to spend more on advertisements in regional newspapers, regional TV channels. So this is a sector that will grow a lot. And even now, BBC, for example, is trying to have more and more regional channels in India. BBC Marathi, BBC Punjabi, even my channel, like Network 18. They have a large number of regional news channels such as News 18 Punjab, News 18 Bihar, News 18 Maharashtra. So that is one. Also, the format of delivering news is also changing. A lot of times on Twitter, on Facebook, you see shorter videos doing better, shorter articles, a lot of focus on good pictures, mobile journalism. I'll come to that. So as you also come out of your journalism course, the journalism course will teach you some very important basics for your career. But remember, this is also a profession where you'll have to keep reinventing yourself every year. This profession is changing. You'll have to be a truly digital journalist going forward. Somebody who can also write an article, somebody who can give a presentation on TV, who can do a video, somebody who can do a podcast, also somebody who can edit himself as well. During this lockdown, I had a small mobile journalism kit that I used to use from my house. So very often you'll be asked by your TV channel or your newspaper to use your mobile phone for journalism, to shoot videos, to make stories, and deliver content to your news outlet. Also going forward, as things change, as journalism changes, as we come out of this pandemic, there will be a lot of focus on credibility. Again, I'll refer to a recent survey that I saw. This was with INS, it's a news agency, and Sea Voter. They said that between the September-October period, public trust in TV news is low. 74% of the people, of the respondents, do not really rely on TV news. They would like to prefer to rely on newspapers for TV consumption. So as you people enter the news market, the journalism field in India, you will have to realize that there is a lot of focus on merit, on credibility, on giving the correct and verified news without sensation. All of that will be very important going forward. The recent TRP irregularities that you might have been reading about, this will make the viewer more cautious about what he's watching. He will have his doubts as well. So in the long run, journalists who are verifying news, delivering the right content. In fact, I would mention 4 5 points which are very important according to me: reading, researching, verifying, and simplifying. These are 4 5 words that you must remember in your career. We can keep talking about in detail, but going forward, the viewer will want the right content, verified content, relevant news for him, something that is very important for his day-to-day life, and also news delivery without sensation altogether, because people are realizing that sensational content does not really lead anywhere. It's not changing their lives. It's not giving them correct news. There will be focus on clear, correct news. as well. So I'll leave it there. I've spoken for about 10 minutes. I won't keep going on. Let's keep this interactive. I really want to hear from you. Whatever doubts or thoughts that you may have, please throw it at me and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability.
Anyone want to ask any question?
Yes, I want to ask.
Whoever want to ask any question, just raise your hand. There's an option in raise your hand in your taskbar. Just look up and we will connect to you. Okay. So otherwise it might be a clumsy.
Economic times.
And
okay.
Yes, Rashika. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
So as you said, and I have asked in the previous section as well, that what if the student who want to get into like broadcast journalism, what are the opportunities which are open for them in this pandemic time? Because I can't see that in the corporate sector, people are very much interactive and they are giving you the opportunities to shine at that platform. So I want to know about the broadcast one.
Okay, so as when you start your career with TV journalism, you're usually taken on the desk initially. You'll be taken as a desk editor or an entry level desk editor. So that will involve working with your seniors at the desk, working on stories of other journalists, stories that are coming from different parts of the country, also editing, someone to editing. So you will be doing a lot of back-end work at the starting level. That really goes on for about a year and a half, till the time you find your potential and your TV news channel finds something right for you. So there are some people who very soon enter the reporting field after that 1 year period, who become reporters either in TV or in print. And reporting could be mostly it will begin with city beats. It could be something like crime. It could be hospitals. It could be the health sector. It could be civic infrastructure. Then there would be some people who will end up going into junior among junior producers. So they will be working on certain shows. They will be involved with the production of that show, shooting, editing, overall presentation of the on the channel of that. Some of them may also move into the websites of TV channels. So nowadays, mostly you are looking at digital newsrooms. Every TV channel has its own website. For example, I work for CNBC TV 18. So CNBC TV 18 has a TV channel and it has a news application and a news website as well. So some people will go into the website. So the jobs are there. Every year I think jobs open up in I think June or July period, depending on the need for hirings. Some channels hire more, some channels hire less, but one has to be open at that time. Also at the entry level, there are not too many options not too many choices, I would say. Yes, there may be a lot of jobs in TV journalism, but in terms of what you might do initially in the TV channel, that opportunity may be very small because you're just starting off in your career. So a lot of people ask me, can I become an anchor? I've just finished journalism school. Can I immediately become a reporter? So these things take a little bit of time. You have to learn the art. You have to learn journalism. You have to understand the field, how the industry works, how does the TV channel work, and then the TV channel will give you that opportunity after some time. So on an average, a person would become a reporter maybe after 1 year of joining a TV channel. An anchor, in some cases, very few cases, it would be within 2-3 years, but usually on an average, becoming a TV anchor would take at least 5 years into joining the journalism profession. So in the end, initially when you join, you literally join all at the same level. You will have to do whatever your editor tells you. It could be, sometimes transcribing interviews, writing down interviews of that are coming in, making pointers out of that, maybe sometimes doing research. maybe helping the senior producers, maybe sometimes helping a senior editor with the particular story. So you will be assisting a lot of people initially before you actually get into any sort of proper role.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the answer.
So I think what I'll try and now do is I'll start picking on people and then we'll start talking. So I'm, let me see if I can go across to, okay, what about Simran Kumari? Is Simran here?
Yes, sir.
So,
Hello,
so
sir.
Hi Simran. So which year are you in?
I'm in second year, sir.
Okay, you're in second year. So
Yes, sir.
do you have any sort of preferences in terms of journalism? What kind of journalism you may want to do, whether you want to get into TV, into radio or print?
Sir, I want to go in TV or TV anchor.
Okay, okay.
Sir, I just want to ask that is it important to do the field reporting if you want to be an anchor? I mean TV anchor.
It is always better. You know, there are a lot of people who've become anchors without doing TV journalism. They also do a very good job. But if you've been a field reporter, it really helps you understand things on the ground. You will deliver news much better if you have been on the ground, if you've been going out in the field. So for example, you know, I started off as a crime reporter, and I really feel that people should really cover different beats, you know, in their channels. So what happens is that also it's important, Simran, that when you start off your reporting career, you should always have one or two domain areas or areas that you cover. So when you enter TV, when you enter a paper tomorrow, you will be given a certain beat to report on. So the beat could be crime, it could be politics, it could be international affairs, depends, you know. So what happens is that if you have a good understanding, you know the people on your beat. So for example, if you're covering crime for that matter, so you start understanding the issues, then you'll understand why certain crimes are taking place, not just in Delhi or across the country. A lot of times, you know, crimes can be linked to the slowdown in the economy as well. I remember when there was a recession in 2008, we did see a lot of spurt in crimes by educated people as well. So even now, there is a certain spurt in crime because of the slowdown. So you'll start understanding how the legal system in the country works. So you might be covering only crime in Delhi, but the legal system in the country remains the same all over. You'll understand how the prison system works. You'll understand how the courts work. You'll understand some of the most important sections of a criminal code. You know, section 302 murder, section 201 destruction of evidence, 120B criminal conspiracy, 34 common intent. You'll start understanding these sections, you know, so it will give you a lot of understanding and it will help you deliver news better. So just to give you an example, if you understand all this, if you're covering terror attacks, criminal cases, you have been meeting police officers every day, then one day you start anchoring and there is a terror attack or there is a big crime that has happened, a major accident that has happened, it is breaking news. So it will come to you very, very naturally. So like I remember, you know, Ponti Chadha, you know, Ponti Chadha was a very big liquor baron. These wave media, wave outlets, all those malls that you have, those TVs, those cinema halls that you have, all belong to that group. So I remember he was murdered by a family member. And you know, that news had broken on TV when I was anchoring, very little information coming in. You know, I could see just a few police vans going here and there. So once I saw an ambulance going there, very little, there was only very little information that there has been a firing in his house. And we don't know what has happened. The family is concerned, nobody is able to enter, a lot of police is outside. So, you know, how do you speak on such a situation for 5 or 10 minutes when there is very little information? So you then start connecting the dots. Then you will say, yes, Mr. Ponti Chadha is, you know, is a very big business tycoon in North India. He owns several multiplexes across Noida as well. This house belongs to so-and-so family member. Now we are seeing almost 50, 60 policemen outside his house. That is because they have been called in by a close family member. The fact that the police is outside right now means that we don't know what the situation could be inside. The fact that an ambulance is going inside the house shows that something might have happened, somebody might have been injured. So you'll have to put your mind to it, and you have to really think on your feet in TV news and anchoring. When news breaks, so it'll really help you. So if you cover sports, you understand why a match has taken a particular turn. If you're covering politics, you will understand why a particular politician is making such a statement. So it's very important to be a field reporter. That is a very important question, Simran. And always remember, it's very important to have some sort of domain expertise in a TV channel or a newspaper. But at the same time, never lose sight of the larger picture as far as the news is concerned. You should be able to understand and join the dots as to whatever big development is happening in the news space, because you might have to go on any big story tomorrow. So always see the larger picture, always read, look at the big headlines of the day. Everything is connected. So you have COVID-19 pandemic means lockdown means slowdown in economy. So you might be a health reporter, but remember, health is connected with the health of the economy, also our safety and security, because tomorrow if people don't have jobs, people are not able to go out, if they're not able to earn, then there will be more crimes. If there are not, if the system is legal justice as well, important to have a holistic picture. Political parties will do politics over COVID-19. So therefore, whatever you do as a reporter, remember, it has 8 or 9 different implications nationally. So you must always read the papers thoroughly, look at all the news headlines, and remember, it's very important to keep joining all the dots in your reporting.
Thank you, sir.
Your question पूछना चाहेगा? Just raise your hand. Isha.
I think Isha, he has a question. Please go ahead, Isha.
Good afternoon, sir. So, sir, I was asking that I'm preferably I want to go into broadcasting field, and I feel so that this news and all way towards the news anchoring and other stuffs related to news is easier than getting towards the channel like History TV, Geo, something like that. So anchoring in those channels is way more difficult, or you can say the way is difficult. Is it so?
You mean anchoring in TV channels is easier than getting a job in History and Nat Geo? Is that what you're asking, Isha?
Yeah. I'm asking that only.
Okay. So I'll tell you one thing, Isha. So yes and no, because when you're anchoring in a news channel, you have to deliver news. Anchors are also taken after they develop a certain amount of competence and an ear for news. You should be able to pick up news. You should be able to understand how news develops. What happens on the contrary with a Nat Geo or a History TV is that they would look for, of course, they would want people with certain expertise, but they would also want celebrities or people who are very recognizable faces on these channels. For example, Isha, do you know Rocky and Mayur?
So Rocky's name I've heard, but not Mayur.
Okay, Rocky and Mayur, they used to do that show Highway on My Plate. It used to come on NTV Good Times. You'll find them on Twitter also, Rocky and Mayur. They do these shows about food, about restaurants in different parts of the country. So they are, I think, doing a show on History TV 18. Nat Geo, for example, they also have, some either people who are complete experts in their field, or like, for example, I think Kevin Peterson is also doing some sort of show for Nat Geo, Kevin Peterson being a very famous former cricketer. So those channels will look for celebrity faces for a greater connect with the audience. But in the news field, when you're watching a news channel, you want somebody who understands the news to deliver it to the viewer, because the news is breaking. News is changing very fast. You need somebody who's following it all the time. So there you need a different kind of expertise. you have to be very spontaneous. You'll be getting so many different instructions from different places. You may not have information. You might be getting wrong information from your producer. Sometimes it happens in breaking news situations. कहीं ना कहीं गलत खबर आ जाती है, and you should be able to filter that information on air. So though somebody like a Kevin Peterson or a Rocky and Mayur would also be delivering content on a TV channel, but their expertise is different and your expertise is completely different. You will have to react much faster. Your position, your job is far more difficult and challenging because you'll have to be reacting real time to situations. Sometimes when terror attacks happen, or there is a big political story, some party pulls out of the government. So you'll have to really bring on your own knowledge about the subject, what you have researched in the last few days, the contacts that you have spoken to, to simplify it for the viewer at that time. So they require completely different skills. It's easier to become a TV news channel compared to what happens in History TV or other places. But at the same time, anchoring is not an easy job. You have to earn it. It will take some time to become a TV anchor. Not everybody does. But it is a tough process. And even after you become an anchor, you have to work very hard to keep on reading every day. Most good anchors read about 4 or 5 newspapers every day.
Okay, sir. And I have another doubt. Though my doubts are increasing. So, like you have said, in front of the camera, be more easier news field. So is it so behind the camera to the other production team? Is their job also easier in all those channels compared to the news channels?
See, the pressures will be everywhere. One thing is that no job is easy, but for example, if you're working like with Nat Geo or History, you'll have to travel more. You will be probably working on one subject for 1 week. But when you're a news producer for a TV news, then what happens is that your job changes every day in the sense that you will have new assignments every day. You'll be working on news stories. Also, you will be working in a particular shift, so that makes your job a little easier. You'll, for example, work from 7 in the morning to 4 in the evening, or 10 in the morning to 7 in the evening. So it's very difficult to say which job is easy. No job is easy. Anybody who's paying you money will make you work very hard. So remember that, it's not that if you go to a History TV, your job will be easy, or you go to TV news, the job will be more difficult. Both jobs are easier and difficult in their own ways. Every organization will put a lot of pressure, but the difference is in the approach and the content. In a news channel, you'll be working on news stories every day. You'll be working in a particular shift. But if you go to a History TV or a feature news or a feature channel or a music channel for that matter, there you'll be working on probably one particular issue, one particular program for 1 week. You'll be working with one set of people, so that way, and you may travel more over there. But in a TV news channel, you may only work in the newsroom of that particular channel in the city. So this would be the broad difference between the two.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So now who should now? Kaun sun raha hai?
Sir.
Aniket? Yeah, please.
Aniket, do ask your question.
So Aniket, what do you do, Aniket? Which
yes,
year
sir,
are you?
yes, sir, sorry. Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
No problem. Which year are you in, Aniket?
I am in 3rd year.
Acha. So have you decided? Do you still want to go into journalism? You want to change your profession now?
Sir, actually, sir, I am interested in want to go in production because I like post production and I know about so much in post production. So yes, sir, I don't want to go in reporting, sir. I want to go in post production.
You want to do post production, Aniket? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Aniket, generally, so what's your perception right now about TV news and everything?
Yeah, sir, I like news वगैरह, लेकिन sir sometimes when I watch TV, so sir I feel this about a fake news and all. So sir, I am not interested in news and all. I am interested in post-production and editing.
Okay, post-production of news.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Does anybody else also feel similarly that there is a lot of fake news in the system?
So not fake news, but a lot of yellow journalism, can say.
Hmm. Right, right, right. That those are both are very important concerns, and as you get into journalism, one has to keep all of this in mind, and especially this recent episode that has happened with TRPs. As journalism students, you should also not go too much into these TRPs. Give importance to content of the news channel, what is being delivered. At the end of the day, good content will always stand out. And in future, we're also seeing these things in the media, that going forward, anybody who's delivering the right content, what is correct, what is relevant, what has not been plagiarized, uh, that will get more relevance. It will get more advertisements as well. So whenever you get into journalism, and sometimes you see something on Twitter, you see something on WhatsApp, there is a great urge to somehow put it out or retweet. But as journalism students and people who will become journalists in futures, somebody like Aniket who wants to become a producer, you should be very careful. You should always question, you should always read, you should research everything very well and verify. So it's extremely important for journalists to keep asking questions. If you tomorrow go into a news story, make sure you've read about it thoroughly, 2-3 papers about it, so you understand the topic, you understand where the news is moving. You should be able to ask a lot of questions and completely convince yourself about your story before you put it on air or in the newspaper, because aage jaake there will be a lot of premium on credibility, and people will be watching out for fake news. And nowadays on Twitter, anything you put on Twitter, people can start attacking you, trolling you, or pointing out your mistake very fast. So while you need to avoid and ignore trolls, you should also be understand that nowadays we are living in a day and age that when we make a mistake in news, or if you copy something from somewhere, it can be pointed out very fast on social media. And Aniket, your point about production, I appreciate it that you want to go into that. Go into your journalism field with an open mind. See what you like doing. See what you like best. Take a call after a year or so, whether you want to be in front of camera or behind the camera. Remember, every person has a importance in the channel. So, for example, I have two bosses. One is a managing editor, Shireen Bhan. She's a wonderful lady, 20-25 years of experience. But I also have another boss, Mr. Jay Shankar, who's the head of a channel, who is the channel's biggest producer as well. So everybody grows in the channel. Everybody has a role. So remember, a reporter is equally important as a producer, as somebody on the desk, as a writer, as a copywriter, as somebody sitting in the studio, because they together produce and put out the news. You may bring a story to the newsroom, but the producer, the desk writer, the editor, the video editor, they are the ones who will finally present it on air. So everybody works together and everybody grows in the channel and everybody has their own importance.
Thank you, sir.
So who all are there? So what about Dinkar and Diksha?
Diksha Dabral and Dinkar.
I'm just having a chat. You don't have to ask a question also. It's okay. I just wanted to ask you about what you feel, about your thoughts about journalism.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Dinkar. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good, good. So what aspect of your journalism course did you like best in the last 2 years? It's a 3-year course you have, Dinkar, or it's a 2-year course?
The 3-year course.
It's a BA course, so yeah, it's 3 years. Okay, okay. So what's your schedule like? What all have you been trained to do in the last 3 years?
So I'm in second year right now, and it's have been a very good journey for me. It's a very interesting course. I've learned many skills, and it's kind of thing which attracts me. I'm
Mm.
always passionate about video editing and representing something, and
Mm.
that's what I'm doing here.
Okay. So what do you really want to get into? What aspect of what was there any news story, Thinker, in the last few days? Something that attracted you in the media, something that you watched, something that you were fascinated by?
I'm I want to go in the sports field. So basically, I watch my mostly I watch only sports news. So
Mm.
right now, football and cricket is on top. IPL is going on, and 2 days back, UEFA Champions League matches were there. So
Mm.
in the Champions League, it was a big upset for Real Madrid. They lost their match with Shakhtar 3-2.
Mm. That's very good. So I'm very impressed that you watch it so closely. You know, Dinkar, there can be nothing better. But if you have a certain passion and you seem to have a passion for sports, did you play a lot of football and cricket in school as well? School, college?
Yes, I'm a state level footballer and a district level cricket player.
That's very good. So, you know, there is nothing better, Dinkar, if you can somehow translate your passion into your not, you know, most of us are not lucky enough to do that. But the fact that, you know, you have a sports background, you enjoy playing cricket and football, and you can somehow turn it into your expertise in journalism also, nothing like that. So you must keep an eye out for that. You know, when you get also when you, for example, start going for TV interviews in TV channels or newspapers or websites, always tell them that this is something that you're very, very passionate about. You know, you would like to get into some sort of sports journalism or on the sports desk of the channel. But at the same time, if they don't have any vacancy over there in the sports department at that time, be ready to take up any opportunity, you know, initially. And after a year or so, once you get into the particular TV channel or newspaper, you can always move into the sports department if there is place. So never reject an opportunity just because, you know, they don't offer you sports. Be really open for it. See the opportunities, you know, that you see on, you know, a lot of these TV news channels, even sports websites, they have opportunities which open up on their websites as well. So really keep an eye out for all of that. And I think I really like your passion, your knowledge about sports and football. So really all the best and keep an eye out. Keep logging into all these websites like 10 Sports, Star Sports, ESPN. Keep seeing what are the options that they have. Look at news channels also. I'm sure your placement season will begin, but keep an eye out for these news channels. Sometimes these websites, these sports websites also, they have openings at starting levels, at entry levels. So keep an eye out for that. You never know when things may turn.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir, I just want to ask a suggestion. I want a suggestion from you, sir.
Hmm.
I'm planning to open my YouTube channel in
Right.
which I want to show untold stories of some struggling players. Like I want to go to academies, cricket academies, football academies, and different sports academies, and I'm going to take their interviews, the players who are struggling right now, and
Hmm.
put and show their stories through YouTube because I feel like uh, journalists and all other media houses show the stories only after they get successful.
Hmm.
They do not show their stories while they are struggling.
Hmm.
So I want, being a sports person, I want to show their stories to everyone, like how much
That's a
hard
very
work
good.
they are doing.
No, Dinkar, that's a fantastic idea. In fact, I would recommend this to all journalism students of United Group that you must have your own you must start trying to having your own YouTube channel because like I said, everybody would tomorrow need to be a digital journalist where you can write, speak on camera, everything. And this, even for example, if you start your YouTube channel right now, it will give you a lot of confidence as well. So on how to be in front of camera, you know, how to have the right screen presence and everything. So think that's a very nice idea. please do something like this that you're passionate about. You're right. We don't see enough of good stories, enough stories of struggle on TV. This will give them a platform as well. So please do that. Tomorrow, if you join a TV channel or you go for an interview, you can showcase that as well, that you have been doing it, and it'll give so many sports persons across the country. That's a great idea, Dinker. You should definitely do that. I think it's fantastic.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Let me see who else we can get into the discussion. What about Deeksha? Is Deeksha around? Oh, I believe Isha Rana has a question, right?
Yes, sir. I have a question. So, sir, I just want to ask your reviews, or you can say the reality on a news. As you've said, you're in crime point, matlab crime side.
I used to be earlier, about 14 years ago. That's why I started with that.
With that note, it's just striked in my mind that in 2018 I was following a case. I was just so fascinated about that, and I was just keeping myself updated about it. It's the Burari 11 death cases. Have you heard about it?
Right. Yeah.
So I just want to know that, is it the true story what the media shows, or is it filled with yellow journalism, and they they put a cover on the reality that must be shown to the public?
No. See, I would say that everything is not yellow journalism. See, what happens is that today in the internet age, your bluff can be called out very easily. Somebody can easily say कि आप गलत कर रहे हो, सब गलत कर रहे हो. 2 मिनट में चीजें पकड़ी जाती हैं. Everybody, police is watching, social media, government is watching, politicians are watching, other TV channels are watching. So इसमें आप झूठ नहीं बोल सकते हो, ज़्यादा देर तक. और जो बोलते हैं वो पता भी चल जाता है कि सब गड़बड़ होता है. So in इन सब चीजों में you have to be very very careful. The person who has died or there is a victim, you must blur the faces. So, but there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of good content. Most of the newspapers report it very very factually. Therefore, you must, whenever there is a story like that, for example Burari, you must see the coverage of 4 to 5 TV channels to see what the actual story is. Never believe one particular version. So for example, tomorrow if you go, always see in any story, this is for Dinkar, this will be for Aniket, Simran, anybody. Always remember there are 2 or 3 or 4 sides of the story. For example, if it's a Burari case, always speak to the family, always speak to the villagers over there, always speak to the police about it. So there will be 3 or 4 different versions, and you will understand that the truth is somewhere in the middle of it all. Sometimes it's very, very glaring. Recently in the Hathras rape case, you saw how that victim was burned in the night. They really wanted to just cover up the case as soon as possible. So in those stories, things are very, very glaring. The truth is glaring, but sometimes the truth is not so glaring. It's somewhere it's hidden, and you will understand it only by speaking to 4 or 5 people. So you must speak to, whenever you go out on a story, also always remember that you need to speak to a lot of people and keep making notes. This is important for all of you. If you're passionate about a story, if you like a particular story, then make a diary and write something about that story that you've seen on some TV channel, something that struck you. You write it every day, or you look at 5 TV channels, see how those 5 TV channels have reported it, and make 4 or 5 notes about it. So it will help you really clear up things in your mind. और आप लोगों को बहुत लिखना चाहिए. Even before you come on TV, you must write a lot, because writing, remember, it will help you really channelize your thoughts and strengths better.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let me go across to Deeksha and Ayush. Ayush, are you there? Deeksha, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so Ayush, so are you in 3rd year as well?
Yes, I'm in 3rd year.
Okay. So what kind of journalism do you want to do?
Actually, I don't want to go in the field of journalism. I am preferring kind of filmmaking. I want to go in writing or filmmaking field. So I just want to ask one thing. You said about podcast. I don't want to go in journalism. There's a specific reason for that, as someone said. I don't know. In these days, journalism, it is literally surrounded by some irreputable things, And I don't know, everyone is just pointing out, pinpointing media persons or journalists that they are getting paid for something, they are getting paid for this, they are fake or something like that. uh, Especially after Sushant Rajput's case,
Mm.
it's literally hard to believe something. So that's why actually I wanna start my podcast. So
Mm.
I want to ask something, your advice. You wanna come give some advice for me? What can I do for that? Actually, I want to start my own entertainment podcast, so in which I talk about something, social issue or some issues, but in some fun way, or adding some mirchi masala to it. I hope you can understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I completely do.
Because
I completely.
people can connect with that when something
Yeah.
is entertaining. People can directly connect to that. So I
Right.
just want to
Right.
say,
Right.
do you have some advice for that?
Yes. Yes. One thing is there, Ayush. You must look at some of the podcasts, some of the videos on issues that are made by a lot of these people who are there. Dhruv Rathi. Have you ever seen anything by Dhruv Rathi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
So
seen his video on, I guess,
yeah.
CAA Act.
Okay. Okay. So this is something like that you want to do,
Actually, not kind of that. No,
but you want to do it in a fun way,
according
and
to me, according to me, he's peak biased. I don't want to be biased. I
okay. You just
look.
want to
Let me.
give the news in a simple way, right? And
Yeah,
fun way, you know?
from both the point of views. I don't want to
Okay.
pinpoint somebody. I don't want to blame somebody.
Very good idea. Then you should really try and practice what you're trying to say. You must start scripting that, and again, having your own YouTube channel, or for example, making small videos on up to TikTok nahi raha, but small videos, putting them on Twitter, small videos, putting them on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram. That will help you. And also remember the relevance of the right hashtags and tagging the right people. So nowadays, to get greater traction on social media, all of you must use good hashtags, tag the right people so that it gets retweeted more. And coming back to what you're saying, Ayush, I think that's a very brilliant thought that you have, that you want to put out content on social issues, give your personal views in an unbiased way, in a very simple, fun sort of a manner for the person to understand. If you can do something like that for about in a minute or so, in a 2 minutes or so, on social media, usually that is the amount of time that a viewer is actually alert. So अगर आप 2-2 मिनट के ऐसे videos बना पाओ, Ayush, I think that will be it'll be a great thing to do. So you must try to do that. Look at some of the Western ones. People in the West, what kind of videos are they making? What kind of we look at a lot of YouTubers, see how they are getting attention on YouTube. What are they saying that is gathering a lot of attention for them? That is how you will really pick up, because that is a expert field in itself. But starting may remember also, Ayush, is that uh, uh, earning from that in the beginning might be a problem. Sometime later, once your YouTube channel becomes very, very popular, Instagram channel becomes very popular, you start earning. Somehow you'll start monetizing that as well. वो आपको खुद ही समझ आ जाएगा. But in the beginning, to earn from it is a little difficult, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's my one of the biggest concerns actually.
yeah. So आप ये कर सकते हो, Ayush, that you take up a mainstream job, which helps you earn, and then you side by side make these videos. But you'll have to be very careful about that. That there you don't say, but there is nothing controversial which puts your job at stake. But keep doing it. Developing your passion, and if you feel that your YouTube or your videos that you're doing, for example, even if you're rapping in or singing and putting out some sort of social content or social message, and if you think it's catching a lot of relevance, it's becoming very, very popular, then maybe you can think of doing it mainstream, and leaving your career and everything and doing just that. But starting May, in order to support yourself, once you're out of college, do a mainstream job. Side by side, aap ye karte raho. I will also, what I'll try and do, I have some videos, ask Mr. Mohit for my email ID. Drop me a mail, and I will, try and share some videos of some very popular YouTubers that I know. There's also this lady called Sasha, but आप मुझे भेजना, मैं आपको बताऊंगा उसके बाद कि कैसे करना है. You know, I'll send you some YouTube videos of people who are very popular whom you should follow, and that will give you some inspiration also.
Actually, sir, I do a lot of stuff. I write. I have my own Instagram page. So I
Okay.
write, I sing, I act. So actually, I write my own stories, short stories. So I do this kind of stuff. Actually, one of my biggest dream is to produce a movie, and is to write a novel. So that stuff is also there. So yeah, as I said, podcast is like comforting zone for me. I don't
दिल की
be
बात
in
कह
front of camera. I don't be in front of camera. I'm sitting some behind. I'm sure I'm literally babbling out all the things I want to say. I am babbling out all the truth. I am babbling out my feeling. So that's why I want to do it. And words from my heart, I want to reach them from. I want to reach to others' heart. I don't know, but I feel it. I feel it because we need something, right? We need something we can connect to.
Right.
If it can be in fun way, it can be in serious way, it can be in emotional way, but I need a way to reach someone's heart. So I think podcast is a better way to do it.
No, it's a very good thought. And Ayush, then also be open to maybe working with some advertisement agencies. Sometimes because that will also give you a lot of creativity, because advertisement agencies have scope for all of this. So, and you will be working with so many creative people that will inspire you also. So don't just think of working with a production house or a film production house. That's a good idea. अगर आपको ऐसा कोई जॉब मिलता है, fantastic, बिल्कुल करिए. But अगर आपको कोई advertisement agency में भी कहीं नौकरी मिल सके, I think that's a great idea for you to explore as well.
Okay. Actually, I never thought about advertising agency, but yeah, thank you so much for the suggestion.
Absolutely, because it's somehow connected to your thought process. Because advertising is also something that goes straight to the viewer's heart, na?
Yeah. Actually, हाँ वो ये क्रिएटिविटी तो एक चीज है ना कि तो एक छोटी सी अगर आप 15 सेकंड में भी अपनी जज्बात किसी तक पहुंचा पा रहे हो, that's a big thing.
Just imagine वो जो Cadbury's का ad है,
रक्षाबंधन
सालों से चल रहा है, अमूल के जो ads आते हैं, they are so closely connected with the hearts of Indians, over the years. So that is something also you can definitely try doing. Think of it as a career as well.
Yeah. Actually, one of the ads I saw recently was, I guess MS Dhoni was in it. That ad was, I guess, 3 or 4 minutes ad. Vivo phone. It was a Vivo phone. That was totally inspiring. And it stole my heart. That's why.
Good. Keep looking out for such opportunities. Let me see if I can get in Priyanka now. Priyanka Gupta. So Priyanka, are you here with us right now? And
yes, sir.
So which year are you in, Priyanka?
Sir, I'm in final year, third year.
Acha. So do you enjoy your journalism course, or you want to now just leave something else completely?
No, sir. I enjoy, but I want to create my own company. I want to be my own boss. I don't want to do any job or something like that because I don't like 9 to 5 job. I am a very creative person and I like creativity, and I want to go or open something like an event management company. I'm planning for doing that.
Very nice. But Priyanka, are you collaborating with somebody? Do you know some people? Why don't you do you sometimes think that maybe if you work for a couple of years, you will get the experience to then launch your own business? Sometimes do you think that way?
Yes, sir. I am thinking that way. I'm also looking on. There are several many pages on the Instagram which are handling event management. I am learning from that. थोड़े लोगों से बात भी की थी, but अभी उन्होंने कहा कि due to your studies you are not able to come full time or something like that. But after completing, when I full.
No, Priyanka, you must definitely do that. Keep looking at Instagram pages. There would be look at influencers also. How to influence.
I'm looking like how they are sponsoring their pages, how they used to sponsor that thing, how they publish their uh, pictures on Instagram, and how they attract the customers through it. They are attracting such a huge amount of customers from just Instagram sponsors, and I like that very much. I'm creating a journal also, in which I write how to start, or what things to keep in mind, or materials from where to purchase, or where I have मीन मतलब कैसे प्रॉफिट उसको वो करूं, वो सब कर रहे हो.
No, no, that's very good that you're understanding your field. And I think, what Priyanka is telling us, guys, I think it's very important for all of us, whichever field we are in. हमेशा कहते हैं जो आपका धंधा है, what your job is, you should know it absolutely in and out. If you're in a particular business, if you're an engineer, know your business in and out. If you're a banker, if you're a stockbroker, सब कुछ आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. I'm very impressed how Priyanka was saying that she's looking at so many Instagram handles, how they monetize, how they earn, and everything. Because until unless you understand everything about your profession, you will not be able to do well. So again, that comes to doing a lot of research about your profession. So Priyanka, that's a great thought. You must, but always first you work for about 3 to 4 years with somebody, then try and branch out. Because this is a event management is difficult. It'll require cost as well, and it takes time to become popular and gain acceptability in the market. There'll be so many established players in the market. So take small, take small steps at a time. 2-3 different companies in different sort of events, in different parts of the country maybe, and then you'll be able to do something. Find 2-3 friends of your age, or maybe a couple of years younger to you, you can work with. That would be something that you can definitely do. Great idea there, Priyanka.
Thank you, sir.
What about Isha? I think Isha has a question.
Yes, sir. I'm really sorry. I ask a lot of questions, and I do this in the class too. I'm a bit inquisitive person, you can say. So, sir, I just want to. I want advice from you that in my starting years, when I was just planning to get into BAJMC, I was thinking to get into travel journalism, and still I'm on that note only. But as we have seen the situation around this COVID and all, now I'm just like questioning myself that is it right for me to get on this track, or because I need a job, then they are taking the limited people afterwards due to this, and if the situation will not get well or something into that, so it's a bit messy in my head. So can you please advise me, or can you please give me a way out that I can plan in that way accordingly?
So Isha, travel journalism, yes, it is definitely there, but again I would say that it's a sort of a niche or a small field in journalism. The political reporting or city reporting, national reporting, there would be more opportunities there. Travel journalism, what happens is that there are very few people who do it. There are only a couple of magazines in the travel sector. Even in TV channels, so I don't think any TV channels have budgets for feature news or for TV or travel journalism. Their newspapers would have travel journalists, but again, very, very small segment. And also the problem with it is a lot of it has to be now sponsored, because as revenues have been dropping for newspapers and TV channels over the years, so there is lesser expenditure on sending reporters to these areas exclusively for doing TV or travel stories. Then they would come through sponsors. For example, a particular country, a particular state would say that you come send your reporters to do stories on us, and then companies would start sending out those people. But again, I would only here say that look out for your passion. If you find a job in a newspaper, a prominent newspaper, as a travel journalist, very good. But if you also don't, work with a TV channel, see what opportunities you get initially, and then keep looking out for your passion. If you want to write only about travel or about places, then first take up a job that you are getting immediately, and then slowly cultivate your hobby or your passion alongside. But on what you can also do, even now, when you're traveling, for example, if you go out with your friends somewhere to to a very fancy resort, or you travel out to the country to a very beautiful destination, you can have your own blog. You can keep writing about it. You can put it out on your own blog, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. So there is nothing stopping you from chasing your passion or writing about it. So maintain your own blog. A lot of you can maintain your own blog. That will help you to write better as well.
Yes, sir. I'm just maintaining my, you can say not blog, but a photography something page, so that I can get well into vlogs afterwards. So I just want to ask that earlier I've started with thinking कि news channels में या फिर not news channels, basically channels में ही travel journalist मतलब अच्छा वर्क कर पाएगा, बट एज द सिचुएशन कम आई थॉट कि मे बी हाँ जो आपने रीजन बताया कि नहीं उतने रिपोर्टर्स को भेज रहे हैं वो लोग वहाँ पे, सो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन आई वाज थिंकिंग कि न्यूज़पेपर लाइक मैगजीन्स एंड ऑल, they are more interested in hiring those people who are writing about that instead of going those places and wandering. So but then also I've noticed in brunch and all that I got brunch in my daily Sundays. So I noticed that usme bhi the writers content have reduced, right? Some like Veer Sanvi and Seema Goswami, so they are only there. And few more I guess were there, like Tech Makni, matlab Rajiv Makni used to write on this, but he's in there regularly. So I just noticed this change. So I felt a bit you can say demotivated ki will this work for me or not.
No, it's not. Don't feel demotivated. But I'll just say one thing, Isha, is pandemic and everything. A lot of things have changed, and a lot of things have been changing over the years. And as I said, it's a small field. And people like you mentioned, I'm very impressed that you've been following people like Seema Goswami, Veer Sanghvi, Rajiv Makni. But remember, these people have been around for a very, very long time. They are for almost more than 20, 25 years now, you know. So the reason why they get opportunities to write full pages in Brunch, in HT and Times of India is because they've been around for so long. They have so many viewers, so many readers. So it takes a long time to build sort of such credibility as well. But you can definitely apply. The benefit that you will have, Isha, is that you will come you'll be at a starting level, because you're entering your career at a starting level. Your pay will be lesser because you're just starting off your career. So it'll be easier for a newspaper maybe to hire you, give you some opportunity as well. You have place to grow, but remember, there is a long way to go to become a Rajiv Makni or a Veer Sanghvi. So it's quite possible. So that I would say that, like, whenever, for example, you have a placement in your company, and if a newspaper is coming to hire people, or you're going for an interview, you put your preference that, you know, I want to get into maybe features, maybe do travel journalism, do a lot of travel writing. They will say that, you know, no, you cannot do only travel writing. You have to do these kind of writings. You will have to check, you know, work of others also. You'll have to write what we are telling you. So somewhere you will have to find your space within the organization. But you know, it's going to be a little difficult. And you know, these feature jo abhi ho raha hai na, Isha, that feature journalism or feature writing, you know, especially about entertainment, all of that is going to reduce a little bit for some time. You know, once the pandemic comes under control, once there is greater economic recovery, you will see more pages in the newspaper, more feature pages as well. But for some time now, Isha, there will be a problem. So travel journalism will revive, but don't be open only to newspapers. See which are the big websites also who do a lot of travel stories. Look at some blogs, look at some Instagram things. You know, look at some news applications or apps which are putting out a lot of. Look at any digital medium which is there only on Facebook and Twitter also for travel. So keep a lookout for that as well. Look at unconventional territories as well. Don't look at only journalism, newspapers or TV, because sometimes it will be very difficult to find that specific place there. And for 1 or 2 years, I would suggest that if you're getting some opportunity, do that and keep writing alongside and keep seeing if you have you know, an opportunity of doing travel journalism specifically.
So sir, on this only, that opportunities come, but at times it happens ki should I wait for the right opportunity to come and just specialize my skills on the basis of my studies and practicing, or should I go into the startup companies and do something like that? Because I've heard that starting my career from a startup company is way more better than going into a big organization directly. So
That's a good
startup,
idea.
but in a magazine or something, matlab, writing and all, startup company will be better, or should I focus on the big ones and wait for them to approve me and specialize my skills?
See, if you're getting a job with a big company initially, then definitely I would say go to a big company first. But if you're not getting something initially, if you're not coming, and if you have a choice to get into a startup, I would say grab it initially. I'll tell you why. Because in a startup, because there'll be a few people, you will gain much more knowledge and expertise faster. Because it's a startup, there'll be fewer people, everybody will have to do everything, so you will learn much faster compared to a bigger organization where they would they would have a specific role for you and they would want you to stick to that role. So if you get a big organization, I think I would say go into that initially, because you'll have that tag in your career that 2 years, 3 years, you work with a very big organization, then you can get into a startup. But if you're not getting a good job in a big organization first and you have something in a startup, in a magazine or something, I would say grab that. And that will also help you learn a lot. And maybe in about 4-5 years, or maybe 2-3 years also, you can get into something of your choice somewhere else. I think Manjeet is asking us a question, right?
Yes, sir. My name is Manish and I'm in third year.
Sorry. Hi, Manish. Please go ahead.
Sir, I want to be a filmmaker, so I just want to ask that how I want to be a filmmaker and I want to be an artist also. So I'm facing I've just faced an interview also, and I'm struggling a lot in between a startup, the same thing, and to grow an artist, like. So how did it will go?
You're from Uttarakhand, Manish?
Yes, sir.
Which place in Uttarakhand?
Sir, I born in Delhi, but the place is Rudraprayag, near Rudraprayag.
Oh, what a beautiful place, Manish. So, Manish, you want to get into film production?
Yes, sir.
Acha. So, where all have you tried so far, Manish?
Sir, not so far.
No, so Manish, you be what any particular kind of films that you want to work on, any kind of production that you want?
Basically, my mind says that I just want to be a part of music production in that field. Music videos. So basically,
in front of camera or behind?
In behind the camera.
Okay. So Manish, see, I won't have too much knowledge on how to get into the music industry or the film industry as such, but I would say that maybe after this you could do another course on in film journalism or film production. You could maybe travel to Mumbai for some time, work in a go do a film production course, and side by side look for opportunities in production houses. I guess what we were talking about, in Delhi is majorly for news, television news. Most of your film production is in Mumbai. So I would say after journalism career, your journalism can always be like bread and butter for you aage jaake. But maybe you can do a specific course mainly on film production or music production in Mumbai. Ek saal ka kuch kar lo as a diploma or something. And use it primarily as that opportunity or an excuse to find something in Mumbai to do. Mumbai is also a very difficult city to live in.
सर मेरे दिमाग में बस वही चलता है कि मुंबई जाना पड़ेगा उसके लिए, दिल्ली या गुड़गांव या नोएडा में ऐसा कुछ अगर आपको पता हो.
अभी तो मेरे immediately तो नहीं है Manish. If something comes to my mind, I'll forward it to Mohit, or I'll let you know in some way or the other. But in Gurgaon, I'm sure Delhi, Gurgaon में, Noida में, इन सब जगहों में opportunities होंगी, but कम होंगी in terms of film production, music production. But I think Mumbai में ज़्यादा होगा. But थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा if you have some friend there, relative there. आप you know, anything you do, Manish, in your career will be difficult. So if you can try and go to Mumbai for a year, difficulties are always there. See how it is for a year. You do some film production course. See if you get something. Try and intern somewhere. धीरे धीरे होगा. I also started off my career as an intern only about 15 years ago. So, and I got a job after interning with an organization for about 3-4 months. So you never know. And my internship did not pay at all. For 3-4 months, I worked without any payment. And after that, whoever I was working with liked my job and I came on board. So remember, Manish, that initially, अगर कहीं जॉब मिल जाए और कोई कहता है कि नहीं हमें 2 महीने तो आपको नहीं पैसे देंगे, you'll be an intern and trainee only. उसके बाद देखेंगे. Take up that job. You never know. 2 महीने बाद कहेगा no, please now become permanent. So थोड़ा रिस्क ले लो. 1 साल आप कर सकते हो. You'll just be about 20-21 years old. 1 साल you can take a risk. Definitely. Yes. Try go to Bombay.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for this.
Yeah. No problem. Sunaina is, I think, asking a question.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Sunaina.
Right, Sunaina, tell me.
Sir, I'm in 3rd year. Sir, I just want to ask, can I get reporting in a very first job?
होता है. When I started off my career, I had 2 options. I got one job in a newspaper and one job in a TV channel. So the TV channel, I joined as a researcher. In newspaper, in Indian Express, I was getting the job of a trainee correspondent. So in newspapers, it is possible to get a job initially as a reporter. TV may lesser chances. TV would want you to be on the desk for some time because see, TV you have to present on air. A lot of people get very nervous on air, and it takes time to become comfortable and friendly with the camera. A newspaper, you can easily, there is a bigger chance of getting a job as a reporter, trainee reporter initially.
Sir, print media में ना, electronic media में reporting की job easily नहीं मिलती.
स्टार्टिंग में तो नहीं मिलेगी. 1 साल बाद हो सकता है. 1-2 साल में थोड़ी आपकी जब पहले ट्रेनिंग हो जाएगी ना, उसके बाद मिल सकता है आसानी से. बट लेकिन आपको 1-2 साल कुछ काम करना पड़ेगा. प्रिंट में आप जल्दी मिल जाता है.
ओके सर, मुझे ये बात पता
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
थैंक यू सर.
No problem. Any other queries, guys? I think we've spoken for about more than 1 hour now, almost 17 minutes. But any other questions, I'll be happy to take them.
Sir, in the end, I want to ask if you can share about your journey, because somehow it might be very inspiring for these students to how your journey started and how it goes to be that beginning.
Right. No, I definitely will. So, I am from Lucknow. I'm from a small town, like a lot of you people are. Lucknow is not exactly a small town anymore, but I came to Delhi for my education. I went to Delhi University. I did my graduation from there. Then I didn't do a formal journalism degree. I never got a mass comm degree in any way. My subjects in college in Stephens were English, history, globalization, and political science. In my last year, I had done a foundation course in journalism, a diploma, apart from my journalism course. And I got an internship at that time with CNN IBN. CNN IBN by Rajdeep Sardesai had just launched in 2005. So I interned with them for about 2-3 months in Noida. And I took a small room there and I worked with them for 3 months. And they really liked my work. So after, I was very lucky, I was working on with Shreyas Sardesai. Somebody used to work very closely with Rajdeep and Sagarika. He was my producer, my first boss. He hired me after my internship got over. So I used to do a lot of research initially. My job was a researcher and I used to do a lot of research on stories, on shows. In fact, I used to write a lot of obituaries as well. आप जब ज्वाइन करोगे ना, एक contingency planning बहुत होती है journalism में, where you plan for situations that may happen in the future. So we used to write opportunities for major politicians, big officials, big dignitaries in the world, in case they die in some attack or die due to ill health or something. So वो भी बहुत करना पड़ता है. You have to write obituaries of people who are not dead also, you know, but you have to keep it ready in case they die so that you can put it out immediately on camera. So 1 year I did that. Then I was put into crime reporting. So I reported on crime from for about 5 years, from about 2006 to 2012. Somewhere around 2012, I started anchoring also. I used to anchor just one bulletin initially, you know, on Saturday in the morning at 6 in the morning. So जब आप शुरू भी करोगे ना anchoring starting की, it will only be 6 or 7 in the morning. धीरे धीरे you increase in your career. I started political reporting. At that time, Congress was in power, so I did Congress reporting for some time. You know, we used to go to the Congress office, report on major press conferences, major developments. So political reporting is also very important. It teaches you a lot. Then I also was given the international affairs assignment. So I started covering foreign affairs, basically India's relations with Pakistan, China, Nepal, US, Australia, all foreign countries. I did that for some years as well. In 2017, I've also done law. So I had done law as an evening course. I joined my law school Delhi faculty of law in Delhi University in 2012. I finished that 3-year course in 2015. You know, I used to go every day after work. I used to go in the evening to my law school to do my classes from 6:30 to 9:30 in the night. So somehow with great difficulty, I did it. So that same thing for you guys also. You know, journalism is important. It's good you've done a journalism degree, but आगे जाके, if you can get some other degree also, some sort of post-graduation, that will also help you in your career in some way or the other. So you must keep that in mind. So in 2017, I joined Republic TV, you know, Arnab Goswami's channel, which is so much in news these days. So I was one of the founding members. So I had traveled to Washington, DC also to cover the Prime Minister's trip to Washington to meet Donald Trump. But I left Republic TV in about 6 months. You know, I somehow the way the channel worked was very different from the way I had learned over the years, and I didn't want to continue there. So I left that channel. I joined CNBC. You know, my Shireen Bhan, who's my managing editor, somebody who I've known for 14 years and respected a lot. So I am now working with her for the last more than almost 3 years now. So over here, I'm majorly looking at the automobile sector, foreign policy, foreign trade. So these are my key areas that I look at, corporate policy. So yes, I've handled different stories in my career. Arushi was and that murder had happened. It was one of my first cases. There was a serial attack in Delhi, terror attacks in Delhi, in Jaipur. I covered all of that as well. When the Delhi rape case, the Nirbhaya rape case had happened in 2012. I had covered it from the beginning till the end. I had covered it from the time it happened, the day it happened, to the courts, all the things that happened at India Gate, the protests and everything. I covered all of that. I've traveled for elections in Uttar Pradesh, in different parts of the country. In the last general election, I went to Gujarat, I went to Madhya Pradesh, I went to Rajasthan, I went to Punjab, Haryana. So I've traveled a lot. I've also traveled to US for elections as well. So quite a lot. And I feel, and I was very lucky to get all these opportunities. It was a lot of hard work as well. First 4-5 years were not easy in my career at all. They were, every day I used to get up at 6-7 very early assignments in the morning. A lot of times running around without food all day. And when you start off, your pay is also very little. My salary was just about 10,000 rupees initially when I started. So it's a lot of hard work. Journalism is not easy. What you see on camera is only one part of it. बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. You have to research a lot. You have to sacrifice your time. You'll also have to be available on the phone all the time. It's not like a corporate job where you come, switch off your phone and say काम खत्म हो गया दिन का. You have to be available on phone 24/7. अपने ऑफिस से आप फोन मना नहीं कर सकते, काट नहीं सकते. आपके सोर्सेस फोन करेंगे, कभी भी फोन कर सकते हैं लोग आपको. सुबह भी कर सकते हैं, शाम को भी कर सकते हैं. So you have to be available 24/7. So आपके माइंड में थोड़ी टेंशन जर्नलिस्ट के माइंड में हमेशा रहती है पूरे टाइम, because they're always mentally active. So it's a tough profession, but no profession is easy. Every profession has its drawbacks. Journalism is very exciting. pay in journalism has improved. It's I won't say it would be as high as any corporate job and everything, but the pay is good. The pay is not bad in journalism. It's good. You'll have a very good life also. आराम से आप अच्छे से जी सकते हो with a good, respectable life in that kind of money that that a journalist gets and a news organization gives you. And the pressures are of different kinds. In a corporate sector, you'll have targets that you'll have to deliver on. Here in journalism, you'll have to deliver on stories. You'll have to deliver them fast. You'll have to deliver them in a correct way. You'll have to work on tight deadlines. अगर 4 बजे का बुलेटिन है, आपको 4 बजे तक स्टोरी देनी पड़ेगी. अगर आप प्रोड्यूसर हो, आपको you'll have to make sure कि आपके सारे शॉट्स, आपका शो पूरा तैयार है 4 बजे तक. So pressures are of different kinds. No job is easy. Journalism is a very exciting profession. अभी भी, though despite all the changes from TV to print to digital, बहुत स्कोप है. टीवी कहीं नहीं जाएगा, टीवी हमेशा रहेगा. Papers will also remain there, but just the mode of viewing and consumption of news will change over the years.
So I think the time does not permit us to take this webinar further, else we would have done that. So with this note, thank you very much, Parikshit sir, for joining with us and giving us this insightful vision. In this tough time, we being the students, we need to get the ounce of motivation from time to time. This keeps us going and somehow it also boosts up our confidence. I would like to thank Mona ma'am and Vinkesh sir for their kind presence. Once again, thank you very much, Parikshit sir, Mona ma'am, and Vinkesh sir for giving us the precious time. And thank you all the attendees for your time and patience.
Thank you so much, Rashika. That's a lovely way to sum it up. And I'd really like to thank Miss Mona Puri for having me here, Mr. Vinkesh Gulati as well. I've known Mr. Gulati for a long time, and I must say that all you students are in the right hands. Great leadership that your institute has, and they will be able to really guide you well over the next few years. All the best to all of you, and thank you very much to Ms. Mona and Mr. Gulati for having me for this lecture. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Parikshit. It was really entertaining. I just logged in. I thought I'll be there for 10-15 minutes and then log off. I'm at FAD office as of now, but couldn't log off and I'm here till. Thanks. Really, thanks. It's great.
Thank you so much.
Really learned a different side of you also today.
No, sir. Thank you so much for having me. And it was really nice to interact with students. And, interacting with young students also helps you remember where you started from, and it helps us to put our views and thoughts so much better. So it was really nice to talk to you. And you have a brilliant batch of students. I was really impressed by how they articulated themselves. I'm sure they'll be very good professionals. I was very impressed. I was not so smart and so vocal when I started off. So these are very, and I'm not saying it just like that or politely, very smart bunch of people.
Thanks from the side.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Parikshit. I just happened to be here, and already Vinkesh sir had done the needful. And the students, thank you very much, Parikshit, for being here and sharing your journey as well. Mohit, thank you very much for coordinating. Rashika, thanks a lot. Parikshit, I would request you that we should keep on meeting these students more often. And as you said, you can share your YouTubes and the blogs, whatever you were talking about during the session, and we'll keep in touch. Mohit sir, kindly write a mail so that we can be in touch. Thank you, Parikshit. Thank you very much. And whenever this COVID time is over, we'll definitely like to have you in the campus again.
I will definitely love to come. I will definitely love to come and interact with your students again. Thank you very much, Miss Mona. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please take care. Goodbye, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Mohit sir.
Bye, Mohit. Thank you so much.